ジョナサン、勝ち目はないわ。
俺は戦う。
ポリスノーツなんてもう過去の遺物じゃない。
ポリスノーツは俺の人生にとっては誇りなんだ。
Howdy, howdy. Sorry, this is what I opened OBS to, and I was like, well, I may as well treat everybody else to my little surprise. The Mario's multiply. I guess. I'm trying to figure out where they begin and end in my sources. That's the problem, is I don't name anything. when I put it in my sources, so I just have... What is this? So I just have a bunch of... things. I'm trying to make sure I'm not deleting anything crucial. Even if it's Kojima's game, it's still Mario's Galaxy. Okay, we're clean. Kind of. Let's see. Sorry for the delay. I wanted to get clean. I didn't want to be stinky. Everything's set up. Everything good. Getting audio. Okay. Phew. Ugh. I was like, I've been pondering about some of the plot stuff that happened last time, but we'll get into it. We'll get into it. I'm very suspicious of what's gonna happen next because I feel like all of the drug stuff was almost too straightforward for Kojima. Like the binary drug thing with the you have to take 2 different capsules and the drug's actually in the capsules instead of in the drug, and you don't get the effect unless you take like a matching pair. That one I was like, okay, yeah, that's Kojima-esque. Like, but the fact that it was all Tokugawa and like Gates is in on it, and it seems like Redwood's in on it. That was all broadcast like so early in the game that I'm unwilling to believe that it's as straightforward as that. Like, I think there's other stuff going on. Simple and clean, regular and disinfected. The implications of Ed purchasing a forgery is shocking. I love Ed. If anything happens to Ed, I'm gonna freak out. Oh yeah, it was Mother's Day. I hope everyone had a good Mother's Day. I brought Mama Moose to the accountant too, as was her request. I was like, what do you want to do for Mother's Day? And she was like, I want to see the accountant too. And I was like, okay. So I brought her. I actually like the accountant 2 more than the accountant 1. But yeah, she needed an extension on her taxes, but but I brought her there, and she actually remembered, like, while we were there, she was like, oh yeah, she was like, this is like my 30th anniversary of when I got diagnosed with my first cancer. And we were like, oh my god, like, yeah, that's true, isn't it? Because it's like the exact day and everything. And then she was like, well, I'm glad I'm still around. She's like, I wonder what you would have turned out like if, like, you know, I hadn't recovered. And I was like, I'm guessing kind of like Ben Affleck in this movie. And Papa Moose was just like... like... if only Papa Moose had raised me, I would have just been the accountant starring Ben Affleck in The Accountant. And he was like he was so embracing of that. He was like, and she was like, ah. I was like, I'm so glad I stuck around. I'm so glad I stuck around and you and your father aren't cleaving a path of bodies across the United States. Alright, let's see. Oh. Okay, so before it gives me the recap, it was, so last time we knew it was Ishida. We knew it was Ishida who was the informant, and then he got killed. But then there was another guy who was shooting at me in the moon exhibit place. And I definitely got him, but there was white blood And he ran out of there, and he was looking kind of like Redwood, in my opinion. And then Jonathan and Eddie jumped on a train in pursuit of him and immediately got bamboozled because they didn't realize that people can like take off coats and put on coats, and therefore having or not having a coat was not symbolic of whether somebody was the guy who they were chasing. So they got bamboozled by that for an unfortunate amount of time, and then they finally realized, oh, he stole a guy's coat and put it on. And then we were still in pursuit, but the guy killed our boy David, and then ran into a bag store. They were just being thorough in their investigation, in a way. They went into the bag store where he had stolen a lady's very expensive handbag and put a bomb in it. And we had to match the picture because it was a store full of fakes, which Ed knew because he bought his daughter a fake bag because he couldn't afford a real one. And so we had to play like match the pictures, find the differences until we found the right bag. We disabled the bomb after some bloopers. And then we went outside and David's body was gone. It seemed because one of the EMPS suits that was there was bleeding out of its knee. Yeah, Jonathan and Ed blew up, but then they got better. They were like, we've already died once. How bad could it be? One of the EMPS like robo suits was bleeding from the knee, and it was red blood. And so it seemed like it might be David's body was in the EMPS. But unclear why someone would want to hide David's body and why they would want to remove it from the scene of the crime. So then we went back to Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals, and we got in the back room, and it was just a big ass farm, multiple floors full of black poppy, which is what they used to make narc. And then in the factory room behind there was a full-on like assembly line for drugs, where they were making all of the different capsules with the different stamps on them. And it was very like straightforwardly a drug operation. So we went and grabbed Gates, the chief of police, the BCP chief, and brought him there. And he seemed altogether a little bit too like, yeah, let's go check this out. And we got there, and everything had been replaced somehow. Like all of the plants were normal. They weren't black poppy plants. The factory was very straightforwardly a pharmaceutical factory. All the drug stuff had basically been completely flip-flopped and replaced with normal stuff. And then basically Tokugawa and Gates were like, and tried to arrest me, Jonathan, because they're clearly in on it together. And then I woke up in, it was the daughter of my old waifu. It was her daughter's house. It seems like Ed and her like crashed a car into the car that was taking me away and stole me back. So they basically, I was getting arrested, they broke me out, and now we're at, whoa, what's her name? I guess we're about to find out. We'll see what their summary says. former Policenaut Jonathan searches for Kenzo Hojo at the request of his ex-wife Lauren. Oh yeah, and we found Hojo's body. We found Hojo's body at Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals. Having confirmed the truth behind K9 from Hojo's CD, Jonathan and Ed raid Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals with Gates. However, the entire thing is a setup. Jonathan is rescued from his prison van after his arrest, but is now wanted as a serial killer and has to lay low. He remains at Hojo's house for the time being. Karen, that's her name. Didn't mean to caps like that. I was like, Karen! Yeah, so yeah, I'm at Karen's house. There she is. So yeah, Karen and Ed broke me out, and I'm on the run. I'm on the lam. And then there was something else that was bugging me. We found Hojo's body at Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals. It seemed almost like an afterthought that it was there. But he'd only, like, according, and they could have, like, tricked this, I guess, but according to whoever they had on scene, it seemed like he'd only been dead for, like, a day and a half or something. Like, it was very recent. Which is suspicious. So it's suspicious that we have bodies showing up that don't make sense. We have bodies disappearing. I still think there's something going on with, like, organ transplantation. That's my big thing, because it's just come up so many times in the game between Ed's wife and Karen needs a transplant, and they brought up multiple times how there's like a shortage of organs on Beyond, and it's this whole thing. Basically, if you die on Beyond, you are forcibly an organ donor, because they just have like such a shortage, and that's part of why the Frozeners are so important, is because they use different blood and have different organs. Oh, sorry, I'm adjusting, getting cozy. And I don't know, I feel like there's something going on under the surface with organ. And I think, I want to say Chris, the hospital director, she had some books on organ transplantation in her room. And there's that suspicious picture of her holding a baby with blonde hair that I'm not convinced isn't David. And I think she was acting kind of suspicious too, so I just feel like there's like a bigger operation going on with regards to maybe growing new organs or cloning. I still think I'm a clone. I mean, we've established that clones are a thing. It's just that they don't, I'm trying to think of how to put it. They don't clone people until a certain number of years after their death. There's basically a statute of limitations on cloning. Because they'll clone like celebrities, old celebrities and stuff for parties, but they won't do it if they died too recently. Kojima just thought it'd be funny to talk a lot about organ trafficking and then not have it matter to the plot. You know what? I wouldn't put it past Grandpa. But I don't know, I just feel like there's something there. And then, what was the other thing? I still kind of think I'm a clone. Like, the fact that I didn't age, I know that you could argue relativity, but I don't know, I think it's suspicious that I didn't age. Oh!
すっかり止まっているな。もともと80年も前の時計だし、車で逆さになったり酷使したからな。直せないかしら。難しいだろうな。骨董品だから。局の小道具さんに頼んでみましょうか。もしかしたら。いや、もう思い出をたどる必要はなくなった。俺とロレインもこれで。
duh, 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 duh. And then we also finally learned how to use... We finally learned how to use the glossary. Radio-controlled watch, a wristwatch that automatically makes daily corrections to its time through an ultra-sensitive miniature antenna that receives a radio signal from an atomic clock. Its base time will fluctuate by only 1 second every 10,000 years. If a signal is momentarily unavailable, the watch automatically switches over to a time-based oscillator to maintain time. Found mainly on Earth, it is rarely used in space, where constant cosmic ray bombardment interferes with reception. I actually saw a radio clock the other day. But yeah, it was kind of it was interesting that you have to be within like a certain distance from where the radio is emitted from. If even one of its parts is disturbed, the entire system collapses. Balance is crucial. If we start moving in the wrong direction, Beyond would lose its balance too. I feel like we're already there. We're already there, little lady. You know how the shrimp survive in here? They're protected by the biosphere's order, I guess. No, it's more than that. How do they survive then? They support each other. That's why there has to be two, isn't it? Right. It's the most important element of any biosphere. Love. Aww. Karen? Yeah? Alright. Wait, let's open up. Let me talk to her and then I'll open up. What about you and your work? Andy, our news director, he's taking care of things for us. He said we should just stay put for now. I'm keeping an eye on you here while my evil twin tells the world you're a psycho. Yeah, I forgot that they use a hologram of her. Is he a boyfriend? Calm down, Jonathan. I still think this could be your daughter. A long time ago, maybe. We're not seeing each other anymore. They're using an AI in place of me, so we should be okay. Only Andy and a small number of people at the station know about it. An AI? Yeah, why don't you turn on the TV and see for yourself? It's all live. It's not a recording. Being a clone makes more sense than somehow surviving 25 years in the void without food, water, or air and getting found without having aged. Yeah, that's what yes. Yeah, and then he smokes for some reason and everyone's like, why do you never smoked before? And he's like, eh. How are you holding up? Not very well. They're suppressing the disease with drugs for now. I can't die yet. Not until I know the truth and put everything behind me. Are you in any pain? No, but I'm scared. I don't want to die alone. Oh. Have they still not found a donor? See, I'm gonna be the donor because I'm her dad. No, they say there might not be anyone for me on Beyond. Looks like Dad got me moved up. I'm so grateful for everything he's done. And then press conference. We're the only station that still talks about Beyond's drug problem to any degree. Tokugawa control the media too, do they? Most places, but not everyone, and not us. We can't just not cover a story like this, though. It looks like people are buying what they're saying about you. If we can just find some evidence, we should be able to clear your name. Yeah. We need to prove you're innocent and that BCP's lying. The question is how. Maybe I want to see what they're saying about me on the TV. I don't know if you want to sit down for this. Bold of you to assume that would stop Jonathan from harassing her.
こんにちは、ニュースオーダーの時間です。繰り返します。本日未明、連続殺人の容疑でホームへ強制送還されることになっていたジョナサン・イングラム容疑者を乗せた護送車が宇宙港へ向かう途中、BBC のテレビ中継車との接触事故により爆発炎上。乗っていたイングラム容疑者は現在もなお逃走中、指名手配されております。この事故で BBC 局員数名が軽傷を負い、宇宙港線の上り車線は通行止めとなっております。また事件の重要参考人であるエド・ブラウン氏も消息を絶っており、BCP では彼の行方を。
Oh, where's the head?
逃走した イングラム
I know
容疑
she
者は
told me where he
産業エリアへ
was.
逃亡したと
I
の情
can't
報
remember
があ
where
り
he is.
現在産業エリアへの道路は規制されています。なおイングラム容疑者は銃を奪って逃走しており、付近の住民には厳重な注意を呼びかけております。
It looks so scary. I wish it was like one of those Tales of Wanted
BCP の指
posters.
示に従ってください。容疑者ジョナサン・イングラムは元ポリスノーツとして BCP の基盤を築いたオリジナルコップとして知られ、今回の事件は関係者に大きなショックを与えています。それでは BCP 本部長のゲイツ・ルーカー氏の共同記者会見の模様をご覧ください。
私はイングラムとは旧友だった。ポリスノーツ以来の。今回のことは非常に残念だ。
I like that it's just his normal profile, like portrait, but they just put a bunch of microphones in front of it.
力になってやればよかった。彼のことは私が同じポリスノーツとして責任を持って処置する。彼は今危険な状態にある。重度のナーク中毒者だ。おそらく正常な意識はないだろう。
BCP の記者クラブからの中継でした。以上 BBC からお伝えしました。
くそ、ゲイツめ、好き勝手に言ってやがる。これも CG？
そうよ、 CG 合成の偽物。私のアリバイを細工するために音声もバックも映像もみんな合成よ。私であって私じゃないの。誰も気づかないでしょうね。
ニュースそのものもでっち上げだしな。
You're actually Revolver Ocelot who has undergone plastic surgery and hypnotherapy that makes him think he's Jonathan? Wouldn't put it past Kojima. Yeah, there's so much that I've done as Jonathan that they could put me away for. Like, they don't need to lie about it. They could just come arrest me. And pretty much any random person would understand. Anyone would be like, yeah, you know what? That's fine. How many women's chests is it did this guy slap? Oh, open up about Lorraine.
カレン、俺とロレインは憎しみ合って別れたんじゃないんだ。それだけは分かってほしい。
聞いてるわ。
ロレインは警察官という危険な仕事にずっと否定的だった。不規則な生活、いつ帰るともしれん夫の心配をしながら、いつも彼女は一人だった。そのうちロレインはノイローゼになり、二度も自殺しました。
Jonathan!
知らなかった。
俺は彼女との生活を優先するためポリスノーツに志願した。当時はまさか選抜されるなんて夢にも思っていなかった。訓練期間中はヒューストンで幸せな1年間を送った。あの頃は夢のようだった。それがあの火星行きだ。彼女は俺を待ち続け、地球に戻った時にはもう俺たちの関係は。
どうして火星なんかに？
ロレインから逃げたかったのかもしれない。彼女の愛情が重くなった。
ひどい人ね、ジョナサ
ン。ビヨンド行きが確定した時、彼女は俺から去っていった。初めて彼女はさよならを言って。
なんとなくわかるわ、母の気持ちが。
Sheesh! Jailed for crimes against women. Slap. Does that answer your question? Yeah, all they have to do is be like, he has slapped every woman's titties on this station except for Ed's daughter and his question mark daughter. And like any reasonable jury would be like, yeah, lock him up. And instead they're making up these lies about me being a serial killer. Like, it's right there. My EMPS accident happened while we were separated. We never saw each other again until she came to my office that day. Karen, about Hojo, I mean, your father, I'm so sorry. I was prepared for the worst, but it's just terrible what happened to him. I guess I really am all alone now. Neither of them is ever coming back. Tell me the truth. How is my father involved in all this? The truth. Your father was forced to develop DDS products for concealing illegal drugs. I see. I figured it was something like that. Just another victim of Tokugawa. He probably started selling narc with Ishida to scrape together money for your transplant. And then Dad was... He was silenced, just like Ishida. Your father, your mother, Ishida, they were all killed to keep the truth behind narc a secret. Tokugawa and Gates have been working together for goodness knows how long. So what are we gonna... What can I show her? Can I go somewhere, sweet cheeks? Maybe the study? You've been through a lot. You shouldn't exert yourself right now. I can't stand waiting around here like this. Where do you think you can go? Every cop on Beyond is looking for you. Okay, so I guess I still gotta chat her up. Is there something else I can ask about the watch? Your mother was surprised I still had it. Too bad it can't be fixed. I'll lose all my hair if I get the transplant. Can you imagine? I'll be bald. That's rough. You said your hair's insured or something, didn't you? Yeah, that's why the station isn't thrilled about the thought of me having the transplant. That's terrible. Can they not replace it with CG? You said they can change your clothes with CG. They can do things like that, yeah, but come on, my real hair would still be gone. Karen, what is it? No, never mind. What? You gonna be creepy? What if I do this? You really like that outfit, huh? You're always wearing it. I like this color. I've got a few of these. It's not like I'm wearing the same one all the time. See, he's like not being creepy at all. How's your health, Karen? See, like I'm zoning in on the yiddies and he doesn't care, which makes me think she's my daughter. They say the disease is progressing. Karen, what is it? Tell me. What is it? Karen, yeah? Your feelings.
カレン、すまない。俺は君の家庭をめちゃめちゃにした。その上君までも巻き込んでしまった。
ジョナサン、言わないで。私あなたに会って分かった。今まで誤解してた。母のこと、あなたのこと。この時計見てたらあなたのことよくわかる。人の心って本当は時間も空間も関係なく通じ合うものなのかも。私、母の気持ちがよくわかるわ。親子ね、私たち同じ人を好きに。
カレン、
私、あなたを。
カレン、俺はロレインの。
いや、もう母のことは言わないで。私を見てほしい。母の残像じゃなく、私自身を。
カレン。
ジョナサン、愛してるの。
カレン。
Yeah, this escalated ridiculously quickly.
俺も愛してるさ、カレン。さ、電話だ。
はい、北条です。ああ、エド？ええ、いるわ。変わるわね。ジョナサン、エドからよ。
Lights another 3 cigarettes.
エド。
おう、ジョナサンか。
いいタイミングだ。今回はエドに感謝するよ。
何かあったのか？
んちょっと気まずかったんでな。
どうだ、有名人になった感想は？
昔を思い出すよ。
そうか、 そいつはいい。
で、今どこにいる？
BCP の近くの公衆端末だ。BBC のプライベート変換器を通した専用回線で話してる。盗聴の心配はない。
俗に言うタレコミ回線か。
こっちは大騒ぎだぞ、ジョナサン。俺も奴らに監視されていて身動きが取れん。メリルに動いてもらってる。
何か分かったか？
ああ、大体な。手短にしよう。何から聞きたい？
I'm just like, Jonathan being weird and conflicted about it is, and him finding it super awkward. I want to know what's going on. I want to know what the deal is. You've got on a white shirt, don't you? What the hell? Yeah, how'd you know? Don't know, just got that feeling. You've got on a brown tie, right? Yeah, you're right. I know you pretty damn well by now. I bet you're wearing a brown suit. Right again, you son of a bitch. Can you see me? I've never told you this before, but I have certain abilities. Maybe he's dead. It's no fun when the tail chases you. Oh my god. You're holding the phone with your left hand, aren't you? Alright, Jonathan, enough with that. Okay, I'll stop, or will I? This isn't a video phone, I can't see him. Yeah, you can! Sometimes old tech has its benefits. Say that again? I didn't hear you, just admiring the decor. Okay. You still there? What is it? It appears Hojo was supplying narc to Ishida to sell at BCCH, just like we thought. Numerous large deposits were recently made into a joint bank account of theirs. They probably located buyers from lists Tokugawa had. Tokugawa wanted rid of them after he found out about it. I bet you Hojo tried to use that CD to blackmail Tokugawa. Why'd Hojo start doing something like that? Most likely to get money for Karen's transplant. There are also levels of priority on the waiting list. Karen's level was upgraded last month. He must have handed out some bribes. I can't see someone like Hojo getting involved with something like that just for money. Well, Karen's an only child. She doesn't have any siblings. It's not easy finding a bone marrow donor for someone in that situation. So what about his accomplice? What was Ishida's motive? His is clear-cut. Money, and a grudge against Tokugawa. He wasn't very impressed with the way he'd been treated. Despite their differences, they were both after money. It was the perfect opportunity for both of them, though it doesn't seem like they were very close. Ishida had been caught embezzling money from the company a number of times. That's apparently why he was transferred to BCCH in the first place. Huh, interesting. That's my stab at Ishida's motive. He didn't have a serious rap sheet, but the guy wasn't a Boy Scout either. What happened to all the poppies and capsules at the factory? We hacked the records of Tokugawa's shipping company. Not long after we left, a convoy of 20 trucks was sent over to Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals. They just moved the operation somewhere else. Man, that was fast. They'll have cleaned out every last piece of evidence. The capsules were sold to users directly through BCCH's pharmacy. 70% of the outpatients who bought from the pharmacy over the last several months have records for possession. Holy shit! That's crazy! Yeah, just a little boyish embezzling. As you'd expect, they didn't keep records of the transactions at the pharmacy. Users would pay by wiring money to a bank account Hojo and Ishida had prepared under false names. No one at the hospital would suspect anything, and they could do it all themselves. Yeah. Like, did the hospital not notice that there was suddenly like a 70% uptick of pharmacy patients? How much of AP does Tokugawa control? Gates and Tokugawa have been in it together from the beginning. They must control virtually everyone in AP, not to mention Redwood. I got the results from that blood analysis, by the way. Ooh, we got the blood analysis. 70% up, dog. What's a bit of embezzling between the boys? Tee, we do a little embezzling. What about BCP? To be honest, we don't know how far they've infiltrated the place. Don't expect anyone there to help us. Everyone we talk to is scared shitless. This is Tokugawa we're dealing with. Can't really count on anyone outside BCP for help either. People don't fight Tokugawa here. He's totally above the law.
例の白い血液の分析結果は
ビクトルが分析結果を残していたよ。やはり AP の使用している人工血液だ。現在人工血液には3タイプあるらしい。待ってくれ、メモよ。
My boy Victor.
前世紀に開発されたフッ素化合物を主原料とした第一世代の人工血液。次に人間のヘモグロビンを遺伝子操作して作られる粉末タイプの第二世代人工ヘモグロビン。最後に今世紀に開発された完全に人工合成された第三世代人工血球の3つ。中でも白い赤血球の特徴を持つタイプは第一世代だけらしい。現在このタイプの旧人工血液は一般での使用は禁止されているとのことだ。使用許可が許されているのは一時的な血液の補給を目的とする分野 AP に限られるらしい。
使用者の特定は？
残念だがこの旧タイプには拒絶反応を起こすような表面構造を持っておらず血液型がないということだ。したがってレッドウッドとは特定できない。しかし奴の使用している血液タイプと同じものであるということは言えるわけだ。
Victor never got around to checking the dialyzer data, but it was full of narc. Whoever he is, he's a real fan of the stuff. The reason he kept going like that comes from the analgesic effects of the drug. Okay, so whoever we were chasing was on narc. How was Redwood not injured after all that? He was. He was hospitalized under a false name. The story about him having gone to pick up new EMPS chips was bullshit. He probably wasn't fully recovered in such a short amount of time. Any idea what happened to Dave? Meryl looked into it, like she was saying. She found Dave's blood all over Redwood's Goddard. They had to have carried Dave's body away in his EMPS. Where do you think they took him? No idea. He's definitely not around BCP. The real question is, why would they want to hide his body? You think I'm safe here? Have they caught on to what's going on? Probably. Things went too well. They could always be planning to get rid of you some other way, one that doesn't draw any suspicion towards them. I wonder if me and Karen are safe here. Well, both BBC and Karen could potentially be working with them. That's ridiculous. If this is part of a trap, why are they being so indirect? You're a terrestrial, meaning your trial would take place on home. You're not a Beyond, so you couldn't be tried here. They use that lie detector that analyzes a person's P300 brainwaves in trials on home. They're probably afraid you'd expose everything. Oh, interesting. They want to eliminate you before you make it back to home. If that means they have to be indirect, then that's what they'll do, I suppose.
何かいい手はないか？
選挙はかなり不利だ。物的証拠、状況証拠、証人、何もかもが揃いすぎてる。物的証拠として挙げられている VTR もうまく作られているよ。潜入した時撮ったお前の映像と北条の映像をうまく合成している。
このまま奴らの思うがままか。
いや、物的証拠になり得ないものが一つある。
それは
北条の死体だよ。ジョナサン、死体は嘘をつかない。いくら細工してもな。
北条の解剖所見は？
それが妙なんだ。石田の時と同じく BCP での解剖は行われていない。なぜか BCCH の病理へ回されている。
That's weird.
また BCCH か。
北条の死因に関してビクトルが気になることを言っていた。
Like the fact that they're sending all the autopsies to BCCH instead of BCP does make me think that Chris is in on it.
気になることって？
北条の死体には確かに生活反応もあり、死亡時刻は4時間前だったが、
死因や遺体状態がおかしいと言っていた。
どういうふうに？
石田の時と同じく殺しのサインとなる皮下出血や防御創がどこにも見つからない。それに銃弾が必ずしも致命傷ではないようだ。死因は別にあると言っていた。
Huh.
死因は別にある。
それから死亡推定時刻も怪しいらしい。通常4時間も経つと小さな筋肉が硬直していないとおかしいらしい。ビクトルは死体の VTR を見ただけだが、銃弾が撃ち込まれた時にはすでに脳死状態の形跡が見られたらしい。
脳死状態だって？
脳死体の生命機能を維持するために投与される特殊な薬品による兆候があったというんだ。
それじゃあ北条はずっと以前に殺されていたというのか？
ああ、そういうことになるな。脳死体を使ったトリックだ。
Now hold on. Let me think for a minute. What the heck is a biomort? Biomort, a person who is brain dead. Some medical professionals distinguish between a biomort and a neomort, or someone who has recently become brain dead. Different from a person in a persistent vegetative state, where only the cerebral cortex has stopped functioning. The biomort, it is the brainstem, the body's own life support system, which is no longer functioning. The cells of a biomort can be kept alive by giving it hormones or drugs such as vasopressors, and also by connecting it to artificial organs such as an artificial respirator. At the end of the 20th century, the criteria for determining brain death varied from country to country, region to region, but a worldwide consensus for establishing brain death was finally reached with the beginning of the second space age in the early 21st century. Okay, so they just, like, he was brain dead? Somebody made him brain dead and was keeping his body alive, and they basically just toted him out to and made it look like I shot him.
ビクトルと連絡は取れないのか？
それがビクトルは北条の死体を解剖するとか言って
Uh-oh.
BCCH へ出かけたまま帰らないんだ。連絡もない。何かあったに違いない。
じいさん無茶しやがって。
いいかジョナサン、 BCCH だ。あそこのモルグに北条の遺体があるはずだ。
Victor.
ビクトルのことも気がかりだ。
Yeah, me too.
どうやら俺はおとりらしい。わかるなジョナサン。少し危険だが BCCH へ行くんだ。俺は泳がされてる。
わかった。奴らの相手を頼んだぞ。
あ、まずい。AP の奴らだ。消えぞ。
エド、俺のベレッタは？
護送時に盗み出してカレンさんに渡したはずだが。
カレンに？
じゃ、消えぞ。
エドの言う通りよ。銃は私が持ってるわ。
カレン？
うかつだったわね、ジョナサン。覚悟なさい。
カレン。
そのまま受話器をゆっくりと置いて。
わかった。本気のようだな。
変なことを考えない方がいいわよ。銃の使い方くらいは分かってるわ。
どうするつもりだ？
そうね。こっちに来て。キスしなさい。
カレン？
どう？びっくりしたでしょ？
本気だと思った。
はい、あなたの銃返すわね。
Woman!
BCCH へ乗り込むんでしょ？
カレン？
父の本当の死因を知りたいもの。私、そんなに長く生きられないの。だから時間を無駄にしたくない。
カレン。
あなたと一緒にいたいの。母の分まで。
What?
それに BCCH は私詳しいのよ。3日に一度は通ってるから案内できる。
あ、
ジョナサン？
大丈夫なのか？体の具合良くないんだろ？
悪くなっても大丈夫。病院へ行くんですもの。ね、ジョナサン。
納得いく説明だ。分かった。BCCH へ急ごう。
了解。 さてさ
Love it when the girl who has a crush on me threatens my life as a cute little prank. I was so scared. I was like, oh shit. How is Karen involved in this? Oh my god, woman. Oh, new act. Oregon. Wait, Oregon?
さあ BCCH に着いたわよ誰もいないようね
Like the
夜の病院
instrument.
はいいもんじゃないな。
怖いの
ちょっとね。
弱虫
いや、病院は苦手なんだ。
Karen, you just pointed a gun at
ポ
me.
リスノーツになるとき、体中を嫌っていうほど調べられたんだ。それ以来ね。
あの頃は誰でもが宇宙へ行ける時代じゃなかったものね
君は大丈夫なのか？
私生きたいから生き延びたいから検査も怖くない
すまなかった。行こうか。
Damn it, the door's locked. Why? It was open before. It's alright, the emergency room entrance is always open. I see you really do know your way around this place. What would you do without me? Not have a milady point a gun at me? This has been modified to deter insects. They emit an odor that they find offensive. I thought there weren't any insects on Beyond. It's not like there are none at all. We just have the bare minimum necessary to support the Celis? Where's the emergency? Go inside.
彼、病院へ入るぞ。案内してくれ。
任しといてロビーよ誰もいないみたいこんな時間だものね
彼、モルグはどこに？
確か地下にあるって聞いたわ
Oh boy. Another frickin' hospital basement. What is Kojima with what's with Kojima in hospital basements? I'm scared.
さあこっちよジョナサンモルグは近いよ足元に気をつけて
Apparently organists hate the what's your favorite organ? Mine's the kidney.
何も見えない。
大丈夫よ私についてきて行くわよここよこの病院のモルグは
Great, I'm glad we can see.
何も見えん。
ジョナサンどこかに電気のスイッチがあるはずよ
わかった。手探りで探してみよう。
Maybe one of these?
ん？何かスイッチのようなパネルがあるぞ。タッチセンサーか。
スイッチに光が灯ったわこれでいくらかは見える
Sure, he will feel around.
どれが電気のスイッチだろう。
慎重にね何のスイッチかわからないんだから
Maybe the top one?
よし、まずはこのスイッチからだ。ん？なんだろうこの音。
空調が作動したんじゃないかしら
なるほど。これは空調のスイッチか。
なんだか寒いわ
わかった。空調を切るよ。
ジョナサンお願いよしっかりして
Well, you don't know what button it is either, lady. Kojima knows the basement morgue at night is the best destination for a date.
それじゃこのスイッチはどうだ？
Trying to remember who Gillian went with in Snatcher. Jesus Christ.
驚いたな。
驚いたわよもう大丈夫かしら
誤報はよくあることさ。俺に任せとけ。心配するな。
大丈夫なのジョナサン
No. Oh yeah, he went with was it random Hajim?
次はこのスイッチ。
Yeah, he was my
慎
date.
重にね
My
ジョナサン
morgue date. Ajil. That was it. Oh, whoa!
モルグに死体があっても当然だ。
私ダメ、こういうの。
いや待てよ、これダミーだ。よ
Oh.
く見てみろ。
あら、ほんと作り物ね。映画の特殊メイクなんかで使うものだわ。一度スタジオで見たことがある。
どうなってるんだこの病院は。
それにして
Dummies.
も気味悪いわね。
北条の死体を探そう。
Why would they have fake bodies? Yeah, random Hajil was my Morday and Snatcher. Look, there's a window on it. Go see what's inside. I don't want them. I'm scared.
どれ、中に何が入ってるんだろう。
Number 7.
これはビクトル。
死んでるの。
いや、肌を見ろ。おそらく脳死状態のバイオモートだ。もう死んでるのと変わらん。
どうしてわかるの？
My boy!
北条もそうだったらしいってビクトルが言ってた。それに人工呼吸器が埋め込んである。
誰がこんなひどいことを。
徳川だ。ビクトルは北条のことで何かを掴んだんだ。それで口を封じられた。
Victor, no! The terminal for managing the bodies. Look, it's got a list of all the bodies that have been through here. This type of terminal is automated by 3D data codes. Let's see, there were 5 bodies sent to a number 7 factory on the moon today. We just missed them. They left here 5 hours ago. Where is this number 7 factory? Hold on, I'll check. Mare Imbrium, Plato Crater, Tokugawa Moon Plant. Why are bodies from beyond being sent to Tokugawa's moon plant? Plato? That's it. The Plato your father was talking about before he disappeared wasn't Pluto, it was the Plato Crater. What about my father's body? His name's on here. He was sent there today. What about Victor? I don't see him here. I'm guessing he'll be on the next flight. So he isn't among the bodies here? We should check those bodies over there. What the? So they're sending a bunch of biomort bodies to Plato Crater? It definitely says the destination is the Tokugawa number 7 factory, Mare Imbrium. In other words, the Plato Crater. Yeah, our boys are dropping like flies right now. This one's a dummy too. What about the others? Oh, so they're taking real human bodies and shipping them away, and then maybe they're replacing them with fake bodies for like loved ones? Let's take a look at this one. Same deal. What about the others? Let's check this one here. Same deal. What about the others? Alright, let's check out this one.
なんだ、これも偽物だ。全部そうみたいだな。
変だわ。これだけのマンモス病院なのに死体がないなんて。それにビヨンド内の異常死体はここに運ばれてくるんでしょ？
That's why all the autopsies are getting done here.
しかもカムフラージュするためにダミーの人形が吊るしてあるっていうのはどういうことだ？
So like that terminal says, my father's body has been sent to the moon? Seems like it. It's a container for transporting lunar minerals. It's got the Tokugawa logo on it. Maybe they didn't have enough room on the last flight? This will be going to the moon too, I'll bet. This is Victor's coffin. What do they plan to do with him on the moon? That's a good question, actually. Some sort of storage container. I wonder what it's for. I gotta get him out of this. It's too late, Jonathan. He's already gone. Who knows? There still might be a chance. Save Victor! We don't know what could happen if we open this. I want my boy! Let him go, Jonathan. There's nothing we can do for him now. Now I'm clawing at the coffin on my knees. Give me Victor back. If what the terminal says is right, we'll have to go to the moon to find your father. We'll have to go to the moon to get my father's body back, won't we? Yeah, all these are dummies. So, can I move further forward? Oh yeah, Sal does work on the moon. He works security for the Tokugawa factory, so Sal could be in on it, but I hope he's not. He seems like a nice guy. He seemed like an okay dude. Victor. What happened, Victor? What the hell happened? How many people do they have to kill? Maybe... We still don't have any evidence that can prove your innocence. Let's keep searching. Can I... Oh, I see.
よし。何があるんだ。近くへ寄ってみよう。移植用の臓器。
みたいね。気味悪いわ。
What I say? It's a kidney. This is a heart. It's a heart.
だってこれはデイブの腎臓らしい。
デイブさんって
BCP の刑事だ。エドの部下の。行方不明になっていたんだ。
どうしてここにそのデイブさんの腎臓があるわけ？
Dave. It's a picture of Dave. It's a diagram of the body. One of the kidney areas has been highlighted in red. This is a diagram of the organs that have been removed. Any red dots represent ones they've taken out. This is the Tokugawa logo, the 3 hollyhock leaves. The kidney's time of removal and donor compatibility data are written here. It's got the Tokugawa number 7 factory stamp on it. That's probably where it came from. What about whose heart is this?
それじゃこっちのは誰のだ。
Ishida.
これは BCCH の石田の心臓だ。プレートにドナーのデータが記載されている。
Damn, they took his eyes too. It's a diagram of the body. The heart area has been highlighted in red. So has one of the kidneys, the liver, and the eyes. Picture of Ishida. Look, this one's the same. The heart's time of removal and donor compatibility data are written here. It's got the stamp of the Tokugawa number 7 factory on it. They have the same factory stamp on them. Both of these had to have come from there. From Tokugawa's number 7 factory on the moon, at the Plato crater. Is Victor going to be sent to this number 7 factory too? This is the Tokugawa logo, no doubt about that. They've got it on this one too. Look at him, even sticks his damn logo on them. Amazing how they feel comfortable enough to do that. Yeah, he had special eyes! Woof. What is this dust? It's very fine. It's lunar regolith, I'm sure of it. These containers must have been sent here, along with minerals from the moon. So they're sending bodies to the moon to get organs harvested out of them, and then they send the organs back. This is Ishida's heart. This is one of Dave's kidneys. Oops. Organ to play. Anything I missed? Lunar regolith. What's this liquid? It's a preservation liquid for storing organs for extended periods of time. It was developed as a replacement for urocolin solution. This is also made by Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals. After an organ is removed, they'll normally wash the blood off with a low-temperature cleanser and then put it in one of these containers. You really know a lot about this stuff. Yeah, I read up on it. It's important for me to know all this. Why? Liquid!
ジョナサン、何か音がしたわ。
誰だ。
ジョナサン撃つな。
お
だ江戸だ。
エド
Me
脅か
too.
すなよ。
悪いな。こっちも慣れんのでな、こういうところは。
つけられなかったか。
大丈夫だ。メリルが俺の階段をしてくれてる。
メリルも気をつけないと危険だな。
で、どうだった北条の死体は。
それが変なんだ。このモルグには死体がないんだ。北条の死体も。あるのは偽物の人形だけだ。みんな徳川の月面工場に送られてる。
Like, why make the dummies screaming?
それは妙だ。ビクトルは。
ビクトルならそこに眠ってる。手遅れだった。
なんてこった。じいさん。まさかじいさんもバイオモートに。
Victor.
そのようだ。それにデイブの腎臓がその保存庫に入ってる。月から送られてきたことになっているが、デイブはすでに解体されていたんだ。
Yeah, they were fast on the draw with
北
Dave.
条の死体も唯一の物的証拠だからな、あの死体は。
エド、
ああ、すまないカレンさん。
二人とも月面工場に行きましょう。まだ間に合うはずよ。
月か、遠いぞ。
どうやって行く？
BBC の月取材用ライセンスがあるけど。
それじゃ目立ちすぎる。俺でも指名手配の身だ。
俺に任せろ。煩わしい手続き不要のスペシャルツアーを知ってる。
カレン、君はビヨンドに残って情報操作を続けてくれ。月はまだ一般人には危険だ。
メリルに護衛させよう。しっかり頼む。俺たちがビヨンドにいるように細工してくれ。
分かったわ。なんとかやってみる。BBC の CG チームに相談してみるわ。しばらくの間なら CG 合成でごまかせるはず。
ナークカプセルの件はほんのきっかけに過ぎんかもしれん。
石田の言っていたもっと恐ろしいことの意味か。
ビクトルはどうする？ここに置いていくのか？
No!
俺たちで葬ってやりたいが、今はどうにもできん。
じいさん、すまない。
先生、必ず迎えに来る。とにかく月へだ。
My boy. Yeah, we have to take care of Gorby now. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba. Ba, ba, ba. The moon! Oh, Act 5 already. Act 5, Lunar. I just got the remaster.
1979年に作成された月協定に従い、月の天然資源は全人類の共同財産であり、
Yeah, finally, someone will wash his lab
徳
coat.
川月面工場では月資源を国際法に基づき採掘加工し、ホームやコロニー
Is that
へ
Sal?
供給することを目的としております。皆様の徳川へのご投資がこのように全人類に役立っているのがお分かりかと思います。紀元前ギリシャのルキアノスが月旅行の空想小説を書いています。
うまく月面工場へ潜り込めたな。しかし株主見学ツアーとは考えたもんだ。だがサルバトーレに気づかれると大変だぞ。
大丈夫だ。宇宙服を着ていれば見つからん。
宇宙服なんて着るの何年ぶりだろう。
さあジョナサン、フェイスプレートの濃度を上げろ。音声出力も変調させておくんだぞ。
分かってる。石田のやり方なら。
しかし宇宙服を着るとき
Yeah, why are you smoking in your spacesuit?
これがないと落ち着かない。
死ぬまで何かに頼って生きるつもりか。
エド。
まあいい。サルバトーレの話を聞こう。それとなくダイナ工場について探りを入れてみるんだ。
本来なら船内服のようなラフな格好でご案内したいのですが、当工場は宇宙ホテルのような設備が整っておりません。1気圧に油圧されていますが、安全のために宇宙服は着たままでお願いします。それでは私だけ喋っていても退屈
Shut my
か
trap.
らの質問を頂戴したいと思います。月面工場の全貌と各設備はここから窓越しに見渡せます。皆様のバイザー内のアイポイントセンサーと連動していますので、指示は目線でわかります。さあ、どなたかご質問は。
Yeah, I can't believe he's smoking in his spacesuit. Now would be a convenient time to mention the major lunar craters are named lakes, such as Lacus Mortis, the Lake of Death. Ooh. Datterface, thank you for the subscription! I'm running this on a Sega Saturn, actually. Straight on the Sega Saturn with the fan translation patch. Yeah, Jonathan's mortal enemy. Eye tracking device. They'll all know I'm looking at the Yiddies. What is that? Those are so- oh, it is Sal! Sal's the one giving the tour. Maybe he doesn't know. I want to hope he doesn't know. Those are solar parabolic mirrors for generating electricity. They provide a good chunk of the energy we use here. The moon takes about 27 days to orbit the Earth, so they operate for the 14 or so days of sunlight here, changing their angles according to the position of the sun. I want to believe that only 2 of the Policenauts turned out to be bad guys, instead of just me and Ed are the only good dudes. These are Tokugawa shareholders. Must have a lot of free time if they can afford to come to a place like this. There's Salvatore. We can't let him catch us. Stay toward the back. What's that thing? We're presently not using that factory for manufacturing purposes. What about this? What's that? That's the mass driver, a giant catapult driven by a linear motor. To put it simply, it launches payloads towards L2 at speeds over 2.4 kilometers per second. That object that looks like a track is an acceleration rail that launches linear motor cars, also called buckets. The rail is almost 7 kilometers long. Our windows are reinforced with 3 layers of 2-inch thick lead glass to help protect against the high levels of cosmic radiation here. Man, that model at the Tokugawa building captured every detail of the real thing. He's out here working as a tour guide. Yeah, I thought he was supposed to be like a security guy. Hey, Sahai! I'm wanted as a serial killer in outer space. Why can I break? Wait, why can I break the frickin' glass? Calm down, Jonathan. I'm wanted as a serial killer in outer space, and now I'm out here smoking in my spacesuit. The synchronization of the moon's sidereal rotation and revolution periods means that Earth is always visible from here. Being able to see Earth, or home as it's often called, is a comfort for those who work on the moon. And why can't I just break the glass? That seems almost as much of an escalation as our girl Karen being like, I love you, Jonathan. It doesn't use any liquid hydrogen or liquid oxygen for fuel, so it's more economical than rocket-based transportation. The materials are caught by a mass catcher at L2. Alright, let's see what happens. Jonathan can break 2-inch reinforced glass gorilla trick. Yeah, it seems a little rude. This glass can't be broken with your bare... it seems like he's... the way that this scene is playing out, it makes it seem like Jonathan just started pounding on the glass, and Sal is really calmly like, the glass can't be broken with your bare hands. It isn't like what you see in them old sci-fi movies. At the very least, you would need some sort of tool to break it. Okay, thanks, Sal. Excuse me, can I ask a question? Yes, you back there. Nice to see someone finally has a question. Go ahead, ask anything you want. Oh my god, look at all of that. Holy shit, Kojima. We sell many tools in our gift shop for exactly such a purpose. The Tokugawa moon plant is located on the near side of the moon in the Plato crater, which is itself situated on the northern shore of Mare Imbrium, the moon's second largest. Is it pronounced Mare or Mare? I've just been going Mare. Mare Imbrium means Sea of Rains. The Plato crater is approximately 100 kilometers in diameter, with its smooth floor widely known as one of the darkest places on the moon. Mare. The plant is powered by solar energy as well as helium-3 nuclear fusion. We gather solar energy through the parabolic mirrors you're looking at. Helium-3 is almost non-existent on Earth, but is found in relatively large quantities here on the moon. We're able to produce 1 kilo of helium-3 from 100,000 tons of lunar regolith. Yikes. There are numerous minerals found in abundance on the moon, such as ilmenite, for example. We mine and process these, and what we don't use here is exported to Earth and space colonies such as beyond. Nearly all the materials used to construct the plant have come from lunar resources. After processing, the minerals are exported via the mass driver you were looking at. The employees we have working here include computer engineers, geologists, astronomers, physicists, biologists, chemists, space, medical scientists, doctors, and architects, and security officers such as myself. We're all employees of the Tokugawa Group. We have a total of 7 factories in the moon plant, numbered 1 through 7. Each factory manufactures a variety of moon-related products round the clock, such as human organs. The moon's radius is 1,738 kilometers, or 1/4 of Earth's. Its average distance from Earth is 385,000 kilometers, and it orbits it at a speed of just over 1 kilometer per second. Its gravity is 1/6 of Earth's, and its mass 1/81st. To the far southeast, you will find Mare Tranquillitatis, or Sea of Tranquility, where astronauts Armstrong and Aldrin landed near the equator with Apollo 11. The footprints they left behind have been preserved and are now a famous tourist destination. Well, that's kind of cool. It's been over 70 years since the first Apollo landed, and over 30 years since man returned to the moon and completed the first manned moon base, located in Oceanus Procellarum, or Ocean of Storms. Going by the 5-stage plan for lunar development proposed by German space engineer Dr. Kraft Erich, we have finally arrived at the 4th stage as we attempt to expand manufacturing capabilities and improve the living environment on the moon. Yeah, where are the load-bearing structural weak points of this base? There are several theories in regard to the origin of the moon. The giant impact theory states that the moon is a result of a collision between celestial bodies. Then there's the fission theory, which says the moon was once a part of Earth. There's also a co-formation theory, which states that the moon was formed out of the same gas as Earth. Another theory, the capture theory, says the moon was pulled by Earth's gravitational pull. As of now, no theory has been proven correct. The spacesuits you're all wearing are semi-hard extravehicular mobility units, or EMUs, made from materials such as aluminum alloys and stainless steel. That composition allows the suit's internal pressure to be set at 0.7 bar, thus reducing the depressurization time on spaceships and space bases. In the interest of safety, please do not go near any of the restricted areas. The number 7 factory is particularly dangerous due to the contaminated materials stored inside. I'm sure it is. On the moon, 1 day lasts about 1 month. This tends to upset human circadian rhythm. That's crazy. 1 day lasts about 1 month. This tends to upset human circadian rhythm, or our rhythm of life. This can lead to fatigue, as well as bring about various changes in the body. You should try to maintain a regular daily schedule and stick to suggested sleeping hours while on the moon. Wonder if I have to like... Oh, number 7 factory.
第7工場は何をやっているところですか？カタログにも載っていないんですか？
第7工場。さっきポインティングしてた工場のことですか？ああ、あそこは採掘した鉱石などをしまっておく倉庫だったんです。
あそこの露天掘りは枯れてるんでしょう？デニウムさんもね。
よくご存知ですね。以前の話ですよ。今は閉鎖されています。汚染廃棄物の捨て場になっています。
And bodies.
今は第6工場までしか稼働していません。それはそうと、あなたの音声出力は少し変ですね。後で係の者に言ってください。
Sure. How much harassment time is? I haven't been harassing anybody, actually. This has been pretty clean for me. There they go with the asterisk again. Do they do that for every scientific term? It means that it's the first time that they've said, like, a piece of terminology, and it means that they're adding it to the in-game glossary. So it's just kind of like, oh, hey, this is in the glossary now kind of thing. Yo, rare, clean run. Just know there are certain areas I can't touch upon for confidentiality reasons. Thank you in advance for your understanding. So we asked about number 7. It's no longer being used for production. Even so, I'm unable to show you inside. You'll have to settle for looking at it from here. Anything else? You may find them somewhat difficult to move in, but various parts, like the arms, legs, and boots, are made out of materials such as polyester and urethane resin, which I think helps keep any real discomfort to a minimum. Also, the soles of your boots and the carpeting inside the plant are both covered with Velcro, making it easier to walk. Oh, that's cool. When I explained about the glass here a moment ago, I said there's no need to worry about cosmic radiation. We can indeed avoid direct sunlight here because the plant is located at the bottom of a crater. However, should you find yourself elsewhere during the solar maximum, please be sure to avoid any direct sunlight. There's a real danger of high-level radiation exposure. I think we've covered... We've covered most things. Hey, those guys don't let up, do they? That's the number 7 factory I was talking about. As I've said before, it's a dangerous area, so please be sure you don't go near it.
Jonathan, その辺でやめとけ。
くそ。
くさ。
何ですか？
いや。
とにかく第7工場は皆様にお見せできるようなものではありません。それに危険です。大事なお客様を危険な目に遭わせるわけには参りません。
What if I wanna go? Just a quick jaunt. Even with the level of protection, shutters are automatically lowered during periods of intense solar flare activity to provide additional reinforcement. What's this? That's like attached. That tank is used for storing substances such as liquid hydrogen and liquid nitrogen. Interesting. Can I go check out... Don't keep looking at him. Our visor sensors are linked. He'll get suspicious. Yes, you have another question? Can I go to factory number 7? An overly curious mind such as yours can be a dangerous thing in outer space. Will that be all? No, apparently not. I have to keep asking stuff. Jonathan, let's just leave. Let's just get out of here, buddy boy. Can't believe they're listening to this crap. Looks like we're the only ones asking anything. I'm asking like too many questions. Don't imagine there'll be any cute girls, just a bunch of old dicks. No. Jonathan knew. Do I have to double tap all of the questions? You mind if I ask another question? You're very enthusiastic. You're very knowledgeable indeed. I'm sorry, may I ask where you're from? Oh, just a curious kind of guy, that's all. It's a considerable distance to the nearest base, so you could say we're pretty isolated here. The only way to get here is by LSM from a lunar orbiting space station. Helium-3 nuclear fusion, unlike conventional nuclear fission, is a virtually clean process that doesn't give off any secondary radiation. Yeah, I think Kojima just like really wanted us to get all of these details. The moon, with its low gravity, ultra low temperature, and high vacuum sterile environment, allows us to manufacture made on the moon drugs and other products with very high purity. We have a little under 60 employees total. We're inspected by the UN twice a year, but apart from that, it's just us here. There are no intervening government organizations. I'm gonna have to wrap up the questions in a minute. The insides of the factories all contain sensitive business information, so I'm afraid I'm unable to show you inside any of them. For instance, I'm sure you are aware that the very effective helium-3 purification process in use here is a patent of the Tokugawa Group. I really will have to stop the Q&A momentarily. That's fine. Currently daytime here. The temperature can rise as high as 123 degrees Celsius in sunlight and fall as low as minus 233 degrees in darkness. We got that one before. To the west of here, you can see the beautiful Sinus Iridium, which translates to Rainbow Bay. You're very interested in the moon, ain't you? I really will have to stop the Q&A momentarily. That's fine. If a lunar city can be successfully completed, we'll be witnessing the birth of a new paradigm. However, development on the far side of the moon is a different story. At present, it's only used for such purposes as housing radio telescopes. If development on the moon advances to the point where we can conclusively determine its internal composition, a definitive answer should finally emerge. I feel like... we've asked everything twice. Hope I've satisfied your curiosity. Unfortunately, that's about all the time we have. We'll need to be moving on now.
それでは徳川月面工場について十分ご理解されたことと思います。出発の時間です。次の LSM 便は1ヶ月先となりますので、お乗り遅れのないようにお願いします。またの機会にいい旅を。
Oh, where are we?
LSM が月周回ステーションへ帰っていく。
これでもう帰れないぞ。アルキメデスクレーターまで歩いていくわけにはいかん。覚悟はいい。
LSM が向こうに着くまで乗客のチェックはない。それまで俺たちは自由に行動できる。
やはり第7工場だ。あそこが怪しい。
さっきもサルバトーレの応対がおかしかったしな。北条の死体は第7工場に送られたことになっていたんだ。
さあ、第7工場を調べに行こう。中央案内所だ。閉めたぞ。誰もいないようだ。
Sneaky, sneaky. Celsius, damn, it's like Armstrong and Aldrin went to the moon for nothing. Yeah, a woman confessed and I wasn't allowed to flirt back. In fact, Jonathan was like, this is awkward. He's writing checks that his awkwardness can't cash. 90s coach knew that 20s Americans would only be able to learn science through retro video games. That's true. I feel like I learned so much of my science knowledge from video games at this point. I love that this big group of shareholders is ready to move on, and Jonathan, keeping a low profile, asks 100 questions. All right. Go to number 7 factory.
Oi.
Uh-oh.
なんでエンプスが月面に
AP がいるってことだ。あれは月面用に改造されてるようだがな。
ますます怪しいな。
Boy, oh boy.
民間の企業がエンプスを警備に使用してるなんて。何が閉鎖中の倉庫だ。サルバトーレのやつ。
That's one hell of an arm. Bet you it could tear through a lot of things. Must be difficult using a gun with that. It's almost like a miniature power shovel. These are wild. This is a moon EMPS, an EMPS modified for use on the moon. It's called the Oberth. You must be able to pilot it without removing your spacesuit. That's the entrance to number 7 factory. The door is closed. There should be a lock system somewhere. I'm assuming it's this. Hey, here it is. The door's lock system. It's the same as the one at Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals. This looks like an alarm. We could try opening the door with this.
北条の ID カードはゲイツに没収された。
心配するな。俺が BCP からくすねてきた。
Let's go, Ed!
Jonathan, 扉が開いたぞ。
And there's a cool alarm blaring.
いいな。
Hardest album cover ever.
よし、中に入った。表のハッチを閉めるぞ。
さあ、正面の扉を開けるぞ。
待て。もう少しで減圧が終わる。OK だ、オールグリーン。何があるかわからん。ヘルメットはかぶったままで行こう。
賛成だ。顔を見られたくないしな。
扉を開けるぞ。
これは
バイオモートの山だ。
おお。
エド、ハードスーツに内蔵されているバーチャルレコーダーを回せ。ビヨンドへ帰って BBC へ渡す。
わかった。
エド、一体奴らは何を？
北条の死体を探そう。VTR に収める。月資源を探査するときに使うものだ。ある程度の立証にはなるはず。
Thank goodness they're actually gathering evidence. Yeah. I think I knew that astrobiologist is a real thing. That
Jonathan.
Ooh.
Dave.
Dave.
Dave だ。
Our boy.
ほら、エド、腎臓を摘出した跡がある。保護してあるんだ。BCCH で見た腎臓を刈り取った跡だ。
刈り取った臓器は人工臓器が代役を果たしているようだ。
この状態でどこまで組織を生かせられるんだ。
普通脳死状態でほっとくと3日から4日後に心停止に至るんだが、昇圧剤、利尿剤などの延命剤の投与で心停止を引き延ばせるらしい。
Who's this? Is everybody somebody?
残るは北条。
That's not Hojo.
北条の死体は
No.
これか。
Dave.
脳死状態の死体だ。通常静死体、バイオモードとか心死体、ネオモードとか言われている。
脳の機能は停止しているが、人工呼吸器や生命維持システムで死体を生かしているんだ。それじゃあ北条の死体はこっちか。
These people were all young. They must be using the biomorphs for preserving organs. So what would they use Victor's body for? He's past the age limit for donation. No idea. Where do you think Hojo's body is? They look like they're alive in there. Well, that's technically true. Their cells aren't dead after all. Where do you think Hojo's body is? It's not here. Those bastards. Should we take a look at the ones in the back too? I get the feeling it ain't gonna be any prettier. Where do you think Hojo's body is? Maybe back here? I move. I don't want to leave.
これはジョナサン、あったぞ。北条の死体だ。
弾痕が直してある。ちゃんと縫合して。
見ろ。臓器が傷つかないようにわざと狙いを外して打ち込んである。ビクトルの言った通りだ。奴らは北条のバイオモートを使ってお前をはめたんだ。
手際がいいな。死体をトリックに使い、すぐさま回収してバイオモートとしてここに保管している。
ビヨンドを探しても見つからんはずだ。北条はここにずっといたんだ。
立証できるか？
VTR だけではどうかな。今の技術じゃ VTR の細工は簡単だからな。
細工ができるということは細工を見破る技術も進歩してるってことだ。
ああ、このバーチャルレコーダーは画像だけでなく各種のセンサーデータも同時に収録できるしな。
この映像は彼には見せられん。
Yeah. I would rather care and not have to look at this. Those bastards. The stairs lead up to a second floor. There's even more up there. Dave. Dave, we're gonna get him. Can I move up? No. What are these tubes for? They provide the biomorts with nutrients as well as carry away waste products. I suppose you could call them the biomorts' umbilical cords. Wait a minute, what is it? This girl here, she went missing on home. Her parents hired me to look for her. I never did find her. Ending up here, you never would. Oh my god. So they're taking people from home too? Looks like they're sleeping away, doesn't it? She was only in college, poor thing. Same as Anna. Shit, I'd be going out of my mind if she disappeared. They are not getting away with this, Ed. In the prime of her life, and this is what happens. Jonathan, I know how you feel, but we need to see what else we can find here. So this is Hojo. Got Hojo on the virtual recorder, so we can hand them over to the BBC when we get back to Beyond. We don't know who this is. Should we take a look at the ones in the back too? I get the feeling it ain't gonna be any prettier. Oh, go upstairs. Let's check out the second floor. Wait, this is a big place. We go wandering around like that and we might trip an alarm. Oh, okay. He doesn't want me to go upstairs. He keeps saying the ones in the back. Wonder how many bodies they've got here. Here we go.
嫌な予感は的中した。なんてこった。幼児の死体まである。
ひどいことを。あのモニターは証券取引所のようだ。わかったぞ。徳川はビヨンドやホームからバイオモートをこの月に集め、全宇宙へ向けての臓器密売を行っていたんだ。
Oh.
ここにあるバイオモートは商品である臓器や組織を保存する容器ってわけだな。
北条が行方不明になったのも、デイブの死体が消えたのも、バイオモートとして臓器密売に利用するためだったんだ。BCP で正規の死体解剖が行われなかったのは、そういう裏があったんだ。
北条もデイブも商品のストックにされた。もうじきビクトルも送られてくる。
石田の言いかけたもっと恐ろしいことっていうのは臓器密売のことだったんだ。
俺たちは 目先のことしか見てなかった。
奴らが隠そうと躍起になっていたのはナークの件ではなくこのことだったんだ。
その通りだ、ジョナサン。
誰だ？
誰？
しばらくぶりだな、ジョナサン、エド。こんなところで会えるとは思わなかったよ。
その声は。
そうだ、私だよ。ようこそお二人さん。
No,
現世界
Sal,
セレノス
no.
フェアへ。
サルバトーレ、貴様も徳川の犬とはな。
ここで何をしてる？
見ての通りさ。ホームやビヨンドからバイオモートを買い取り、ここで保存。我々の臓器配分ネットワークとリンク、電話一本で全世界への臓器提供を行っている。商品には専門の処理と加工を施してな。そのための専門医を抱えている。どこの国の政府機関もできないことを我々がしている。
臓器の密売用か。
ホームのマフィアや組織にナークを提供する代わりに、彼らから健康な死体をもらう。人身売買、誘拐、殺人。バイオモートの入手方法は彼らが決める。
地球で頻発してる幼児誘拐はこのためか。
君らが必死になって追っていたナークカプセルは単なる彼らへのサービスの一つに過ぎ。
腑に落ちんな。なぜ黒消しの栽培だけをビヨンドでする？ここで栽培すれば安全なはず。
いい質問だ。この月面では、ここでは黒消しは実をつける。
Oh.
黒消しのような繊細な種の栽培は無理だ。重力生物学はまだ現象を説明することしかできない。
それでビヨンド内で栽培を。
サルバトーレ、自分が何をしてるか分かってるのか？
分かってるさ。慈善事業だ。誰もができないことを我々がやってる。もちろん金はいただくがね。宇宙開発の陰にはドラッグと臓器が必要だ。人類は宇宙環境に適応できない。漆黒の宇宙空間、あの孤立感。選ばれて訓練されたものでも頭がおかしくなる。ジョナサン、お前もよく理解できるだろう。薬なしのクリーンな宇宙旅行はせいぜいこの月まで
だから許されるというのか。
だ。たかが麻薬だ。我々は麻薬がなければ生きてゆけんのだ。そして降り注ぐ宇宙船、無重量。人体や遺伝子に様々な影
Our
響が出る。
genes.
薬と同様、宇宙開発には臓器のスペアが必要なんだ。見よ、このバイオモート。人類のスペア部品だ。宇宙開発で傷つき病んだ我々を救ってくれる。ここは6分の1時。バイオモートの保存にもってこいだ。ホームだと床ずれの心配がある。逆に無重量だと臓器の機能が弱る。まさに月は臓器保存に最適の地なんだ。刈り取った商品は加工した後に月資源に混ぜてマスドライバーで送る。
加工？
臓器移植といっても様々なケースがある。我々は必要な臓器を必要な状態に加工してすぐ移植できるようにしている。高齢者や感染症を起こしているバイオモート以外は全てここへ送られる。
じゃあなぜビクトルのような高齢者を？
バイオモートの利用方法は移植用臓器や血液の保存のみではない。北条やビクトルのような高齢者のバイオモートは希少なホルモンなどの生産や新薬開発用の実験体として使われる。若い女のバイオモートは人工子宮として子供を産むこともできる。もう代理母の必要もない。 北条は特異的な血液型所有者なので血液の生産用に保存している。全世界に臓器が不足している。毎日のようにニュースではその話題だ。どうだね、宇宙医学のために十分なっているだろう。なえど、お前も我々の臓器ネットワークの存在を知っていれば女房は助かったのにな。
キャサリン。
宇宙開発とドラッグ、そして将来的なドナーの欠乏、そこにいち早く目をつけたのが徳川だ。奴はこのことを30年前に予測していた。
救世主サルバドール気取りだな、サルバトーレ。
今から30年前、ポリスノーツとしてビヨンドへ派遣された時、徳川からこの計画を持ちかけられた。徳川、ゲイツ、そして私は徳川の財力とコネクション、さらに BCP を操作してビヨンドに君臨する策略を練った。その長期にわたる計画にはエドとジョナサン、お前らのような金と権力に欲のない道徳論者が邪魔だった。
まさかあの事故。
なんてことだ。
Wasn't an accident.
30年前のエンプス、ユーリーの暴走事故。徳川の命令で私が細工した。事故後、救助活動を遅らせるようにしたのはゲイツだ。
あれが人為的な事故。
しかし貴様が生きていようとはしぶといやつだ。すでに我々の計画は成功し、システムは起動している。今となってはお前らがどう叫ぼうとびくともせんが、徳川を怒らせてしまったからな。始末せねばならん。
サルバトーレ。
エド、ジョナサン、悲しい顔をするな。
Stay
お
away
前たちを
from
見
Ed.
送った後、すぐにでもお前たちの家族や仲間たちに会わしてやる。あの世でな。
しまった。マークやアナも。
お前らプラトークレーターの語源を知ってるか？
ギリシャ神話のプルトン。
そう、プルトンとは止めるものの意味だが、ギリシャローマ神話のプルトンは冥界の神、つまりあの世、ビヨンドのな。我々を象徴するにはぴったりの地名だ。そしてお前たちもこのバイオモートのようにここで眠ることになる。この死者と聖者とをつなぐこのプラトーの地でな。
くそ。エド、ビヨンドへ戻ろう。
そいつに頼ってもダメだ。そこの腰抜けは銃が撃てないんだ。覚悟しろ。
Arrivederci, assholes. Shit, shit. Don't stop shooting! Don't shoot the merchandise.
バイオムート生命維持装置システムに異常事態が発生しました。
死んだ。ジョナサン、長いわけにエンプスが
Arrivederci.
来る。ここを脱出しよ
どうやってここを出る？ LSM は来ないぞ。
う。いい考えがある。
聞きたくない。 こういう時のお前の思いつきはろくなことがなかった。
マスドライバーだ。あれに乗ってここを出る。
やっぱりな。むちゃくちゃな考えだ。
それしか変える方法はない。ひとまずここを出て中央案内所まで戻ろう。さあ、ここから脱出しよう。
Later, bitch. He's dead. He'll probably be the next one they put in here. Yeah, hook him up, take his organs.
ジョナサン、気をつけろ。エンプスのコックピットが閉じてる。
Uh-oh.
まずい。
Jesus. Woof. Ugh. Oh my god. Like, that was so hard. Let's try that one again. I'll beat him this time.
ジョナサン、気をつけろ。エンプスのコックピットが閉じてる。まずい。
Okay, I think I got that guy. Okay.
やったぞ、ジョナサン。
I just had to mash really, really hard. Sheesh! I'm gonna save after that. Good grief. Information center. Yeah, the helmets were the weak point.
中央案内所に戻ったぞ。マスドライバーを探そう。
Mass driver. Look, this is made out of paper. Yeah, the moon has 1/6 the gravity of home, so materials don't need to be as strong. Paper suffices. Oh, that's interesting. We've got a Velcro carpet to make it easier to walk in this low gravity. The floor is raised a little by the windows. Probably to help you see out. Matt.
あれだ。あれがマスドライバーだ。あれを使って脱出しよう。
Go to Mass Driver.
ジョナサン、外へ出るぞ。わかった。よし、行くぞ。駆け足だぞ。いいな。6分の 1G だ。前傾姿勢をとって小刻みに歩くんだ。
俺も元ポリスノーツだ。うまくやれるさ。火星の3分の 1G よりは楽だ。
これがマスドライバー。ここから L2 のマスキャッチャーやバケットコーンへ向けて月資源を乗せたペイロードがマッハ 7.2 で射出されてる。
マッハなんだって。
秒速 2.4 キロに達した瞬間、電磁誘導トルクによって 100G 近いブレーキがかかってペイロードは射出される。
100G だって。それじゃあ俺たちは G で潰される。
大丈夫。対 G ショックポットだ。徳川の大切な臓器やバイオモートを運んでたんだ。安全なはず。
まさに棺桶だ。俺は遠慮する。
眠ってればちゃんと送り届けてくれるさ。
エイド、よくそんなことが言えるな。いつから楽観主義者になったんだ。俺は鉛筆事故以来兵所恐怖症なんだ。
分かってるさ。今日で終わりにすればいい。
This looks like one of those one-way roller coasters I made in Roller Coaster Tycoon. You know, the ones where you just like yeet people into the atmosphere? Buckets carrying minerals are being launched along the guideway. What's controlling everything? Probably that building there. Let's go check it out. That's the Mass Driver's control tower. We can get in one of the pods from there. Get in the pod. I can't do this, Ed. There has to be some other way. Trust me, this is our only way back to beyond. We gotta go, Jonathan. You go on without me. I'll stay here. You'll be fine. You're a police knot, damn it. Get in the pod, Jonathan. I can't ride in these kinds of things anymore. Trust me, that is our only way back to beyond. Oh my god, Jonathan's gonna be a little bitch. It's a handrail for the stairs. Better hold on as you're going up. Jonathan. Uh-oh. Oh! Oh!
見ろ、あの鉛筆。
なんで月面に BCP でしか許可されていないボーダートマタがいるんだ。
徳川は鉛筆の接続剤を持ってるに違いない。
なんてこったら。エド、反動がある。体を押さえてくれ。
ジョナサン、頼むぞ。
You need to hold me down. What the? Look at these graphics!
やった。さすがは貫通だ。
笑ってな、ジョナサン、撃て。
Woof! Oh my god, this is crazy. Woo!
やった、ジョナサン。第2波が来るまでに乗り込もう。さあ、ジョナサン。
Yeah, I'm gonna get turned into soup. Get in the damn pod!
エド、本当に大丈夫だろうな。
ジョナサン、早く乗れ。
Vamonos!
これに人が乗ったことがあるのか。よ
これから俺たちが乗るのさ。
くわかった。
行くぞ、G に備えろ。
やっぱりやめた方がよかった。
もう遅い。生きていたら L2 で会おう。
Now this is potteries. We're just liquefied out in space somewhere. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, 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 ba. Biomort.
Yo ようやくたどり着いたな。あれから6日は経つ。
みんな無事だろうか。至急カレンに月でのバーチャルレコーダー映像とセンサーデータのリンクを頼もう。
BBC のバーチャル編集機を使えればいいんだが。
見張りはいないようだ。入ろう。
Oh my god.
マークがどうした？
デカ長見て、これが今朝家に。
We've got Mark.
やつら、マークを。なんてこった。
マークはどうなるの？ AMM は30周年記念のイベントでごった返してるわよ。
やつら、俺たちを AMM へおびき寄せて公的に射殺するつもりだな。
今出て行ったら危険よ。彼らの思うツボだわ。
俺一人で行く。やつら、マークに何かしてみろ。ただでは済まん。
落ち着けエド。俺たちが揃って出ていけばマークも助からん。
じゃあどうするんだ。
いい手があるわ。
何？
テレビを使うの。
What's the plan, Karen?
なるほど。テレビ中継車とはな。
Oh.
何台か回していたのを思い出したの。AMM 内の数箇所にカメラをセッティングしてあるわ。これだと外に出なくても監視できるでしょ。AMM のほとんどの場所はカバーできるはず。
ああ、それにこの無線があればな。エド、聞こえるか？
聞こえるぞ、ジョナサン。
メリル、聞こえるか？ 奴らを見かけたか？
いえ、まだ見てないわ。でも私服だとわからないわよ。
すぐわかるさ。奴ら顔色がない。
顔色ね。そうだカレンさん、気分はどう？
大丈夫、平気よ。ちょっとは良くなったわ。
具合悪いのか？
ジョナサンたちが月に行ってる間に一度倒れて入院したのよ。大変だったんだから。
え？本当なのか？
いつものことよ。気にしてたら何もできないわ。私のことより今はマークちゃんのことよ。
ああ、そうだな。
ジョナサン、いたか？
エド、少しは落ち着けよ。
分かってる。マークを見つけたらすぐ教えてくれ。マークは俺の息子だ。
分かってる。
俺は
エド、しっかりしろ。時間はいくらでもある。エド、結論を急ぐな。みんな冷静にな。
分かった、ジョナサン。俺は月面コーナーを見張る。
エドは月には詳しいからな。
バカ言え。
私はロビーへ行くわ。じゃあ。
ジョナサン、それじゃあこのモニターの使い方を説明するわね。
あ
AMM 内には合計8台のカメラがセットされているの。このテレビ中継車には中継モニターが4つしかないから同時に4箇所しか見られない。
それで
1台のモニターが2台のカメラから送られてくる映像を掛け持ちしてるわけだから、カメラを切り替えるときはモニターの上にあるカメラのボタン番号を押せばいいわ。見たいカメラナンバーを押すとそのカメラからの映像がモニターに出るわ。簡単でしょ。左上のモニターはロビーに置いてある1番2番のカメラを、右上のモニターはビヨンドコーナーに置いてある3番4番のカメラを、左下のモニターは月面コーナーに置いてある5番6番のカメラを、右下のモニターは探査コーナーに置いてある7番8番のカメラをそれぞれ映しているわ。
映像の違いは？
それぞれ偶数のカメラはロングの映像を映しているわ。
無線はどうやって使う？
エドかメリルさんの映っている画面をクリックすればいいわ。
分かった。
じゃあ始めましょう。
Okay. Nothing to report right now. I haven't noticed anyone suspicious come in. So I use these to look for... So it's a little FNAF-ish. Yeah, if they put a code on Mark, we're done. How does this tie into the overall Freddy lore? Great question. This guy's looking suspicious in his coat. Nothing unusual at the space corner. Okay, I guess not. How you doing, Ed? I don't see anything unusual. Oh?
ジョナサン、ビヨンドコーナーのモニターが消えたわ。
なんだ？
Uh-oh.
メリル、ビヨンドコーナーのモニターがおかしい。調べてみてくれ。
わかったわ。
Wakatawa. Ed. Meryl's on her way to the beyond corner. Okay. Oh. Back up. There she is.
メリル、どうした？
ジョナサン、誰かのいたずらよ。カメラにハンカチがかけてあったわ。
Is it a joke?
いたずらにしちゃ変だな。
おとりかしら。
メリル、ロビーに戻っておいてくれ。
わかった。一回りしてから帰るわ。
気を抜くなよ。
私が気を抜くのは恋した時だけよ。ね。
Like
これ
me.
じゃ大丈夫だ。
Whoa. She's on her way back there. Why would somebody cover the lenses here in particular? Everything looks normal. Nothing unusual beyond corner. Are you sure? I'm nervous now. Not back yet. It's a wide shot of the Coral Hall. Nothing unusual at Coral Hall. I feel like we're gonna flip one of these monitors and it's gonna be like the scariest thing I've ever seen. Moon Corner looks fine. Shot of Coral Hall. Shot of Space Corner. A wide shot of Space Corner. Who's this broad? Everything seems fine. Hat guy is stressing me out. Who's this guy? Seems like everything's okay. Why isn't Meryl back yet? You okay?
カメラにハンカチがかけてあったそうだ。
ハンカチ？子供のいたずらだろうか。
エド、注意してくれよ。
わかった。
おお！
あの男、あのバイクの男だ。
Ed!
エド、いたぞ。どこだ？ビヨンドコーナーだ。メリルと連絡が取れん。エド。
わかった。ビヨンドコーナーへ向かう。
Ed, be careful! Where's Meryl? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Damn it, he moved. Where is he, Jonathan? I lost him. You don't see him anywhere? No, I can't see him. He should be somewhere around there. Okay, well, I'll keep looking. Where did Meryl go? What are you doing there?
メリル、来たぞ。さっきビヨンドコーナーにいた。
見失ったの。
そっちに行ったかもしれん。気をつけてくれ。
わかったわ。
Oh, oh, no!
マークだ。マークがいたぞ。それにこの宇宙服。石田の着ていたものだ。
よかった。マークちゃん元気そうよ。
メリル、マークを発見。宇宙服の男とロビーにいる。急いでくれ。ロビーだ。
他には？
二人しか見えない。
わかったわ。ロビーへ向かうわ。
Ed.
エド、マークがいたぞ。ロビーだ。宇宙服の男と一緒だ。マークは無事か？無事だ。メリルをやる。罠かもしれん。いいな。そこで待機してろ。任せたぞ。
Meryl's on her way to the lobby. Stay in that corner. Oh god! Where'd they go? He's gone. we don't hurry, we'll lose them. Ed, we've lost Mark. He might have headed your way. I don't see him here. Try looking around with the cameras. Okay. Oh. He's not showing up anywhere on the monitors. He isn't here, Jonathan. I'm looking. This is a hard job. There they are.
いたぞ、探査コーナーだ。
マークも一緒だわ。
Meryl, go.
エド、メリル、二人とも聞こえるか。いたか。
どうしたの？
見つけたぞ、探査コーナーだ。探査コーナーへ急げ。
了解。探査コーナーね。すぐ行くわ。
俺も我慢ならん。探査コーナーへ向かう。
待て、エド。
Oh shit. No!
まだだ。後ろにレッドウッドが。
ジョナサン、どこだ。見てるか。お前の目の前でこいつを殺してやる。
エド、危ない。 エドー！くそ、奴らめ。
ダメよ、ジョナサン。
彼。
ジョナサン、マークは無事よ。早く救急車呼んで。デカ長が。
ジョナサン、あいつだ。あいつも来るんだ。
ジョナサン、今度はお前だ。
ジョナサン、救急車を呼んで。ジョナサンどうしたの？ジョナサン返事して。ジョナサン。
Call the damn ambulance forever. Call 10 ambulances. Oh my god. Do not bring him to BCCH. There's gotta be another hospital.
クリス、エドはどうなんだ。
手術はうまくいったみたい。でも意識が戻らないの。しばらくこの ICU で様子を見ないとね。パパ。デカ長。できるだけのことはやってみるわ。あとは祈るしかない。
クリス、エドが良くなるまでエドが入院してることは内密に頼む。担当医やナースにも漏らさないように言ってくれ。
分かってるわ。患者の命を守るのが医者の務めよ。
ジョナサン、パパ大丈夫よね。
アナ。
ごめんなさい。私がそばにいながら。
いや、アナ。俺がエドをこの事件に巻き込んだ。エドは嫌がってたんだ。
違うわ、ジョナサン。パパ、いつもジョナサンのこと言ってた。ジョナサンが帰ってきてくれたって生き生きしてた。あんなパパ見るの母さんが死んでから初めて。
エドがそんなことを。
私、パパにうんと長く生きてもらいたい。これまで私、パパに苦労ばかりかけてきたもの。パパ、私のこと気にして再婚もせずに。LS のバッグの時だって私無茶な注文してパパを困らせた。
アナ、あれは。
知ってるわ。
Don't blow him up now.
でも私嬉しかった。そんなに私のこと気遣ってくれるなんて。私はパパから本物の愛情をもらったもの。
アナちゃん、マークちゃん、パパは心配ないわ。私たちがきっと元気にしてみせるわ。
メリル、あなたたちを頼む。彼の容体を見てくる。どうですか、カレンは。
やっと落ち着いたところです。カレンさんの親族の方ですか。
Probably.
いや、知り合いです。
彼女、とても危険な状態です。こんなに無理をして、あれほど安静にしていなければいけないって忠告してたんですが。
そうだったんですか。
私はカレンさんの主治医、コリンズです。これまでカレンさんの治療を担当してきました。あなた、どこかでお会いしましたか？
いや、人違いじゃないですか。
まあ、どうでもいいことですがね。ジョナサン・イングラムさん。大丈夫です。警察には言いません。心配しないでください。あのニュースが本当か嘘かなんて、あなたやカレンさんを見ればわかります。
あなたは俺を信じるんですか？
医者というものは本来、体のことだけではなく、心の中までも診察できなければね。
ありがとう、先生。
感謝するのなら、ゴドウィン理事長にしなさい。我々は彼女に従っているだけです。それよりも、彼女の容体が心配です。
Karen, her skin doesn't look good. It's so pale. Her anemia is quite severe. She has bruises too. Those are caused by her platelet count being so low. What's your deal? This must be the real Dr. Collins. He doesn't seem like a hitman sent by Tokugawa or anything. Is it okay if we talk? Sure. Karen has aplastic anemia. Basically, there's an abnormality in her bone marrow's hematopoietic stem cells. Hematopoietic. The cells that create new blood cells, and they aren't able to produce blood correctly anymore. In her case, the cause is exposure to cosmic rays. We almost thought she wouldn't make it for a while there. She's suffering from appendicitis as well as several other infections because her immune system is virtually non-functioning. Her hemorrhaging hasn't stopped, and she's very anemic. That's why her face is so pale. We finished working on her appendicitis with a blood platelet transfusion and high doses of antibiotics, but she won't survive like this much longer. Karen was saying a transplant is the only way to treat her, is that right? In her case, the only remaining option is a bone marrow transplant. And if we don't do it soon, it'll be too late. We give the patient radiation therapy before the actual transplant. If the patient isn't sufficiently strong enough for that, the prognosis generally isn't good. Karen was telling me about it. It's a complex procedure, isn't it? You could think of it as similar to a blood transfusion. We take bone marrow stem cells from a donor and transplant them into the patient's carotid artery. The operation takes about an hour. That's the easy part, relatively speaking. Before the transplant, we kill off all the recipient's bone marrow stem cells and white blood cells. We give them large doses of chemotherapy and expose their entire body to 7.5 gray of radiation. It's not as dangerous as it sounds, generally speaking anyway. The problem is finding a donor with a matching HLA type. I keep hearing about HLA type. What exactly is that? As transplant science advanced, it was discovered that the primary cause of rejections had to do with the lymphocytes, a type of white blood cell. Specifically, one human's leukocyte antigen, or HLA type. In other words, if the HLA types match, the chances of the transplant being successful go up. So if the types don't match, you can't perform the transplant? Yes, that's correct. Is there no other way? Unfortunately, no. The only thing that can save Karen is a bone marrow transplant. Normally, it is possible to use a physiologically active substance such as interleukin-3 to increase a patient's stem cell count temporarily, but this wouldn't have any effect in Karen's case. That method is used in peripheral blood stem cells transplantation. It was developed in order to lessen the burden on the donor. So a transplant is the only option? Yes, only a bone marrow transplant will save her. I still feel like it's gonna be me. Bone marrow transplants began in the 1970s, almost 70 years ago now. The transplant itself is fairly straightforward. The possibility of the immune system rejecting the new cells afterward is the problem. We need a donor whose HLA type matches Karen's. Dr. Golden was telling me about that. What are the chances of finding an HLA match? HLA types are genetically determined, so the odds of finding a match between non-blood relatives are extremely low. The rate of interracial and interethnic matches is almost zero. Children inherit their HLA type as a combination of their parents' HLA types. The highest rate of success is between siblings, where there is a 1 in 4 chance they'll share the same HLA type. And just to be on the safe side, there also needs to be a match between minor histocompatibility antigens. If both of these match, the success rate of bone marrow transplants is about 70%. Yeah, Is there no other way? Unfortunately, no. Please, doctor, save Karen. We will do everything in our power. The only thing medical science can do for her is a bone marrow transplant. So that, yeah, they need a donor.
それじゃあ、その HLA 型が適合するドナーは見つかったんですか？
これまでビヨンドの骨髄バンクを探しましたが、登録されている人の中にはありませんでした。しかしこれは違法なんですが、ビヨンドのデータをハックしたところ、カレンさんの HLA 型に適応するドナーが1人いました。ゲイツ・ベッカーという人物です。
ゲイツなんて皮肉だ。
知り合いですか？その人物に問い合わせをしたんですが、我々の要請に
I'm gonna take all his blood.
ゲイツ
なんとかここへ連れてきてもらえませんか？
彼以外には
患者には兄弟がいないですから。
クリスもそう言ってた。
ですがごく稀に
何か
両親の HLA 型の一対が偶然同一のタイプである場合、ごく稀ですが親子でも一致の可能性はあります。ただ
カレンの両親はすでに死亡している。
はい。
Well, Hojo is still
それに本当のところ
なんです。
in a tube.
彼女の戸籍や遺伝データは我々には閲覧できないようになってるんです。
徳川社員の家族だから。
ええ、たとえ医師であっても徳川の許可がないとね。
Please save Karen. If we're able to get Mr. Becker's bone marrow, we should be able to save her. I'll get his bone marrow for you. Don't worry about it, Chief. I'm sorry, but you cannot touch her. Please just let her rest. Okay. Wait, can I be a creep now? Mr. Ingram, please get a hold of yourself. She must be in a lot of pain. Karen, if you want to talk to her condition, I'll give you some straight answers. Maple, please. I wanted to see what he'd do. If Kojima doesn't want me to have power, he shouldn't give it to me. This equipment displays various data on Karen. If you want to talk about her condition, I'll give you some straight answers. Kind of already have, bucko. Can we talk a little more? Sure. Oops, and I immediately. His ID looks legit. I guess it's all up to this doctor. Let's see what. See what it wants me to ask about. Is there no other way?
そうです。念のためにあなたの HLA 型も調べさせてください。
ああ、気休めだが。
What did I join to? Me testing the boundaries of human expression.
HLA 型の検査は約5時間ほどで終わります。実際に骨髄を抜くときは少し辛い思いをしますがね。え？そんなに心配しなくてもいいですよ。今は採取した骨髄細胞を人工培養して5、6倍に増やすことができるようになりましたから、献血程度で済みます。
ジョナサン。
どうしたメリル？
ジョナサン、マークが星の絵を描いてくれたの。
I forgot he
どう
draws
してもジョ
everything.
ナサンに見せたいって聞かないのよ。それにこの子病室にいたがらないの。
マーク、お前。
これがそうよ。この左側のバイクスーツ、
Thanks, King.
レッドウッド。
右側が宇宙服の男か。
Ah, shit. I think he's trying to draw lavender.
なんだろ
それが私も気になって、あの時現場には花なんてなかったもの。
The smell of Chris.
う。何の花だろ
もしかしてそれマークが好きなラベンダーの花かもしれないわ。
う。ラベンダーの花？あの時そんな花咲いてたっ
ジョナサン、一つ言っておきたいことがあるの。デカ長があの時どうして撃てなかったか。
け？どういうことだ？
デカ長は5年前、マークの父親を彼の目前で射殺したのは知ってるわね。そのために銃が抜けなくなったのも。
ナーク中毒者だった元 AP のフローズナーだろ。
そうよ。そのナーク中毒者の名前はリドリー・レッドウッド。
レッドウッド？
現 AP のトニー・レッドウッドの双子の兄。人工授精した時期は同じだけど、受精卵を孵化した時期にズレがあるから年齢が違うの。
つまりあのレッドウッドがマークの叔父になる。マークにしてみれば本当の父親と見分けはつかない。
デカ長はマークの目前で引き金を引けなかった。5年前の事件とオーバーラップして、この子の前で撃たれることがパパのマークへの謝罪だったのかもし
エドはあの時なんて言ってた？撃たれた時。
確かあいつもグルだ、騙されるなって。
The smell.
どういう意味かしら。
そうだ、マークの絵の意味が分かったぞ。
ねえジョナサン、
Mm-hmm.
分かったのね。誰なのこの宇宙服の男は。ジョナサン、ガソルでその人物を指してみて。さあ。
It's them.
そうだわ。彼女いつもラベンダーの香水つけてたもの。まさかあのクリスさんが。でもこのコロニーで香水つけてる人なんて他にいないわ。
しまったわ。どうして気がつかなかったんだ。
マークは知ってたのね。それでまずいわ。彼女デカ長の
Get back there right now.
アナ、マーク、危ないからここにいろ。俺はエドの病室へ行く。クリス、よせ。エドを殺すつもりか？
いや、来ないでジョナサン。
クリス、どうして？
来ないで。それ以上近づかないで。飛び降りるわよ。
どうしてなんだ？
私こうするしか仕方なかったのよ。
誰に頼まれた？
徳川よ。エドをバイオモートに。ごめんなさい。
それじゃあ石田に代わって AMM におびき寄せたあの電話もクリス、あんただな。
あなたみたいなよそ者にはわからないわ。ビヨンドで生きていくには、宇宙で生きていくには、徳川に身も心も売るしかなかった。ここでは誰も徳川に逆らえないわ。両親に先立たれ、残ったのは多額の負債とこの病院だけ。こんな大病院なんとかやっていくには、徳川に取り入ってこびるしかなかった。私は人として生きることを捨てたの。女の幸せも。
クリス、
それに 私の息子の
息子だって。
あなたも見たでしょ、理事長室の写真。
デーブ。
あの子供の写真か。
モデル生命が危うくなったあの頃、私はもう一度マスコミの注目を浴びようと必死になっていたの。お金と政府の援助が欲しかったから。それで当時ビヨンドでも問題になっていたフローズナーの代理母に。
フローズナー、まさかそれがレッドウッド。
そうよ。
おお。
彼は私が産んだ。でもあの出産時の感染事故で私は二度と子供を産めない体に。あの子が最初で最後の子供。
しかし奴は政府所有のフローズナー。
ええ、トニーは政府に取り上げられたわ。何度も裁判したけどあの子は取り戻せなかった。私に母親の権利は認められないって。徳川のそばにいればトニーのそばにいれる。私息子のそばにいたかった。
そのために人も殺すのか。
もう止められないのよ。私落ちるとこまで。
クリス、まだやり直せる。徳川やゲイツの悪行を、このビヨンドにはびこる悪を法廷で証言してくれ。今のままじゃあんたもバイオモードと変わらない。受け入れるだけじゃなく自分から行動するんだ。生きるってのはそういうことだろう。
できないわ、私には。
人の命を救うのが医者だって言ったじゃないか。ビヨンドの病気を、人類の病気を治してくれ、クリス。奴らに関して知ってることを全部証言してくれ。お願いだ。
私にそんなことできる？ビヨンドの病気を治すなんて。
あんたならできる。
私は
クリス。
分かったわ。ジョナサン、すべて話すわ。何もかも。
Oh my god.
ジョナサン、これで証言台に立つ人間はいなくなったな。
レッドウッド。
ジョナサン、そろそろ決着をつけようぜ。俺たちは徳川ビルで待ってる。お前が勝てば本部長の小髄も手に入るぞ。死ぬのは貴様の方だがな。江戸と一緒に臓器となって人様の役に立て。待ってるぞジョナサン。
許さんぞレッドウッド。
ブブブブブブブブブ。
デカ長は
まだ意識が戻らない。
ジョナサン、AP やエンプスが徳川ビルに集結してるらしいわ。
そうだ、俺を待ってる。
味方は一人もいないわ。ここではゲイツや徳川に逆らえない。 BCP の仲間に呼びかけたんだけど。
仕方ない。
みんな知らんふりしてるわ。相手が悪いって。ジョナサン、ビヨンドを出るしかないわ。
無理だ。カレンやエドは動かせん。
ダメよ。黙って殺されるつもり？誰も助けてくれないわ。
これまで俺は人生を逃げてきた。ロレインのことも。
何言ってるの？
やり残したことがある。ロレインとの約束。
ジョナサン、勝ち目はないわ。
奴らを許せん。同じポリスノーツとして。
バカよ。ポリスノーツなんてもう過去の遺物じゃない。
ポリスノーツは俺の人生にとっては誇りなんだ。それにカレンを救うにはゲイツの骨髄が必要なんだ。
それが罠よ。ジョナサン、落ち着いて。
もう俺は冷静になれない。俺は戦う。
そう。分かったわ。私も手伝うわ、ジョナサン。病院での留守番は苦手なの。
メリル、預かってほしいものがある。
嫌よ、形見なんて。
タバコだ。
タバコ？
これまでの自分を君に預けておく。
分かったわ。
ありがと
う。What is up with the cigarettes?
う。徳川ビルか。行くぞ。
Ooh. This is it, Luigi. I feel like there's gonna be a whole lot of store, like obviously I'm gonna go fight Redwood, but I feel like there's gonna be a lot of story and Kojima stuff. And I'm gonna have to fight the Tokugawa's secretary. I know exactly how I'll fight her too. Yeah, I feel like in true Kojima style there will be a lot of stuff. And I do have to go to bed because I have to wake up really early tomorrow. But I have a second Policenauts scheduled for tomorrow, so I think we'll probably wind up beating it tomorrow. Very exciting. Avenging our hag wife. Yeah, I think. What if tomorrow you finish in 30 minutes? I'll think of something. I'll think of a backup activity in case I finish it really freaking fast, but I feel like there's gonna be a lot of talking. Yeah, harassless run, it lasts like 45 minutes. More Mario. Oh, I still want to play Galaxy. Well, we'll figure something out. Watch the ending be an hour long like MGS4. I mean, I feel like Snatcher was that way. I feel like Snatcher, we hit the end, but then it was kind of like a lot of cutscenes back to back to back. I feel like that's the Kojima special, DK64. We'll figure it out. We have a lot of good options. On deck. But yeah, tomorrow we beat Policenauts, I think. I'm very excited. I'm excited to get like the last lore bits. I called the organs thing though. 30 minutes a game but 2 hours of shooting gallery training. Yeah, because I have to be able to touch Meryl's yitties. It's very important. Alright. So I'm gonna go to bed, but I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Policenauts. And I hope you have a good rest of your night, or your morning, your afternoon, or whatever it is, wherever you